This is a bit of a shithole, isn't it?
Hello everybody! We are over here at the house for week 17. Nothing is happening today, so we are able to go inside.
But stuff has happened.
Yes, so I've been away this week, so I haven't been here, but you haven't been here since Tuesday either, have you?
Yeah, I'm meant to be keeping control and I haven't. It's been sunny.
Which is, yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't think they've done a huge amount, but they have done some visual things, so I wanted to do our reaction to going into the house.
All right, you're with me, coming in. I would say, see if you can spot what's happened, but Meg's going to go, oh my God, and then tell us what's happened, so that'll be pointless.
There you go, dear.
Thank you, darling. Upside down. Nearly break it. And look what has happened. For those of you who are wondering, we have insulated floors now. Ta-da! Mostly. They haven't done it around here.
I reckon the reason they haven't done it is because this floor is still unfinished.
Yeah.
So that might be why.
So they might have done other things. We don't know. We have got the block and beam floor, which is down. That's been there for a few weeks. Now we have the insulated floor level, which is mostly down. And then next we're putting the underfloor heating on top of the insulated floor. And then we screed and then we do flooring. So we're kind of halfway through the ground floor things.
This is what's been holding us up. So we are waiting for the plumber to be back so that they could do the first fix plumbing, and then they can put the insulation down on top of it because it's all running underneath the insulation. And then hopefully next week or maybe the week after we get the underfloor heating fitted. And that's by a separate company, so it was all a bit of a hoo-ha.
Who we're meeting next week?
Yes, we are. Actually, we're meeting him on Monday, aren't we?
Sure.
Yes, we are. Monday afternoon. So we're meeting him over here with the plumber, with the builder and with the electrician to make sure that we're all on the same page, because it's been so long since we organised it that we've all got a little bit lost. And then once he's done that and they've installed the underfloor heating, we can put screed on top, which means we'll have a finished floor. It won't have like we're going to put LVT wood, like fake wood flooring on top of it. It won't have that, but otherwise it will be done solid. Like 12 mil too low kind of thing, or actually maybe less than that, 6 mil too low. Yeah. So we'll have lots of floor, but it feels really weird to be right up at the right height again. Like if I turn you around, so you can see that the flooring is actually at the right height again. There's no step up to the stairs. That's a big change. That was always quite a tricky one.
This is the first time in 6 weeks maybe that we've been at the right level.
I think it's been
more than 6 weeks, yeah.
When were we drunk in London? What were we there for?
Oh, fuck knows.
Yeah, I can't remember. When we were hungover doing this vlog, that was when we came back to no floor at all. Yeah. So I'll look back and figure out what week that was, but I think that might have been that was early doors.
One of the first things Charlie did was start ripping out the floor.
Yeah, so I think it's been...
So in more than 2 months, definitely more than 2 months, we've been too low. And we're still a little bit too low, but a lot more normal height now.
Yeah, it's like this much.
These doors seem vaguely the right height. Maybe it'll actually be around here or something, but everything, we're now sort of stood at the height these things are going to be. Our ceilings seem less high suddenly.
If you were wearing little heels, you'd be that high.
Yeah.
He's there, he's there. You're like walking in. He's there. Oh, he's up, he's doing it. Not strapped in, so we're just going to go. Fuck me, this is terrifying. Straight in the knees and strong your legs.
Oh my God.
Right, knees and arse out. Whoa,
All right, we're going to head upstairs. I don't think anything has changed, but we're going to check, just in case. Because up here they can do work. Downstairs they can't because of the floor. But the plumber's been on holiday this week, so I don't think anything has happened.
It's a nout change.
Nout change.
Oh, this has been cleared.
Oh! Okay.
I think this has been cleared since I was here.
Okay.
In that video I sent you, was this dirty?
I think it might have been, yeah.
I think this has been cleared since I was here on Tuesday. So people have been here, they have been doing things.
Oh, do you know why they cleared it?
I do not.
Because they're going to go into this roof. Do you want to explain it?
I can try. So we're in the master bedroom here, and there is this sort of low ceiling above our lovely big windows. Now, the whole reason this bit was built is because this house was bombed in the war. They blew up this front part of the house and they added this bit on. They kind of took the window to build a small extension and add this on. If you look at the flooring, you can see that the floorboards are different. So they added it on. These are concrete pillars. But one thing they've done is they've built in a sort of block. I don't even know why. Do we know why they've done it? Just for visualness?
Yeah. I'm back. So the reason that they did this, we think, is because if we step back, you can see that the roof in this bit is higher, and then that's the extension with the flat roof on that needs repairing. There's a pillar here that's supportive. So I think it is a visual effect. So they made it flat so it didn't like have a pillar. But we've decided that we prefer to have a pillar and prefer to have a height in the window.
Didn't have a ridge because like this being a ridge, it would then be in the ceiling. So you would come down and then go back up again, which obviously they didn't like, but we like, because it means that we can have curtains that are on rails above the windows. Previously, they had these sort of crossing over each other rails. So these are quite clever that they managed to cover the whole window and they can hold quite a lot of weight. But it means that curtains would sit in the middle. And the whole point of this is that it's a big open window. So I hated them. So if we're higher up than the window, then we can have nice strong curtain rails that go all the way along and can have all this nice and open up.
I actually think that was a fashion thing.
Fucking stupid fashion.
Back of that phone. We need to get that replaced.
Yeah.
Because it's going to just start sharding off, isn't it?
I'll put a photo of the back of my phone into this vlog because it's really bad. It was Miles's phone, he's the one who broke it, but I just haven't had it fixed. So I need to get that sorted.
I dropped two things. I dropped my phone and a £10, it wasn't even a smashable thing, it was just like a piece of wood or something made of wood. And I decided to catch the wooden thing instead of my £1,000 phone.
Yeah.
And yeah, the case didn't case.
The case didn't case, so yeah. I've had it in a case ever since, so I don't really see it, but I recently got a new case and my little tripod thing doesn't work with it, so we have revealed the absolute state of the phone underneath it.
Great.
Anyway, we wanted to chat through the kitchen stuff because we are making progress and I am going to talk to them next week. But we've officially got a date to be booked in and it is the 10th of September that they're going to start fitting the kitchen, which is so exciting. And I think in a couple of weeks, I'll probably do a little tour around their showroom and stuff with them. And I do want to just say for transparency that we are getting a discount from them, but nothing crazy, and I think we probably would use them anyway. I found them on Instagram, but it turns out they're not very far from us, so it's brilliant. We're posting content about it, but I don't think we'll be posting anything particular on YouTube. It will mainly be on Instagram, so yeah, we'll see that. But their showroom's very cute. They have little miniatures of everything, and they're going to set up our kitchen in the miniatures in the showroom, so I'm really excited to see that. I put it in our weekly update last week of Miles being Godzilla over the kitchen. So
that was so powerful.
So we'll go back and show that. Oh yeah, so we are looking for appliances and we are looking for worktops. So we haven't really looked into this yet. The only thing that I know that we need, and by need I mean want, but now that we have ordered the kitchen it is a need, is we want a double fridge freezer with a drawer, and it'll be standard size, which I think is 9-10 millimeters, and then we want a venting hob. My first preference is an AEG hob, but I did wonder if anyone has a venting hob, and that means that like there's no extractor hood above it, it's going through the middle.
Sucks it down into the island.
Yeah, so we've actually underneath our floor got a vent that comes out the back of the house for that. But they're fairly new, and I'd love to know if anyone's got any good or bad experiences with those venting hobs. It'd be really good to know before we go ahead with one and you're like, no, I've had it 3 years and it's rubbish. It's great to begin with. That sort of thing would be amazing. And otherwise, we've just got dishwasher,
Microwave.
microwave and oven, which will be built in. So our options are relatively limited. But again, we're not massive cooks, but it would be great if the oven could also, it'd be great if the microwave could also be an oven sometimes. I had that growing up and it was great for Christmas because you could have like Yorkshire puddings being risen in one oven and then you can open the other one and faff around.
I've never experienced that.
Yeah, it's quite bougie, but
exciting.
it was good. So maybe we'll do that. I also had a cooling drawer. Well, not a cooling drawer, sorry, a warming drawer growing up, just because we had like a little gap underneath the ovens, which was an absolute game changer. I promise you, if you have space for it, it's worth doing. I don't think we'll get one, but I would like one.
We don't warm things.
No, but it's keeping it warm. So it's
I
putting
know,
the plates in.
but that's my point.
And then you...
We cook things.
But when
We're not warming drawer people.
Oh, I know.
Maybe we'll become them.
I want to be a warming drawer person. Then the other thing, the final thing really, is I have no idea what to do for a worktop. I don't want marble. I know I don't want marble. That's an absolute no. Not looks-wise, but just I used to work in furniture and in pubs specifically, and whenever people requested marble, within weeks it would be destroyed because they would have spilt lemon juice or red wine.
I like red wine.
And Miles is a red wine
That's
drinker.
going to ruin the marble.
Yeah, we went to a house viewing many moons ago. Beautiful extension out the back, had a big old island, like the first thing you saw as you walked into this thing. But with the skylight hitting the island, you could just see that the whole top surface of the island had been destroyed because it was marble.
Just rings.
Yeah, and I think
Rings everywhere.
I think it can look nice on like a sideboard or something that you're sort of wearing in. But when it's somewhere that you put cups down all the time, it's really bizarre because it's just loads and loads and loads of rings and probably big spillages of stuff, and it just looks rubbish. So that's a no. But anyway, I think that we want a dark coloured top to go with our light kitchen.
A sort of slate colour, like
Slate.
a dark slate.
Yeah, granite, maybe. But again, pros and cons of any of that, I'm not totally sure on. I haven't done any research yet, so I will look into it and update you guys if no one has any ideas. But maybe quartz, probably stone. I don't think we want a wooden top. We're not maintenance enough for that. No. But something low maintenance, something easy, something that looks quite sleek, something that's not £1 million.
That would help.
That would help. But we're only going to have our island, which is 2.4 metres by 1.1, and then the run at the back of the cabinets where the sink is, which is about, I'm guessing here, probably about 2 metres, and it's like 65, 60 deep. So it's not a huge amount, but I know worktops are expensive. So I'd like to get one that's actually nice.
All right, back to the vlog. Has anything else happened this week? No.
No.
Why have they cleared all this? To do that? Where have they put all this?
I don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to keep these because they are the skirting boards that we want to put back on around the house.
Well, yeah, we'll see if we can keep them or not.
Maybe they're outside. Let's look out a window. Well, they're not outside. They're not out front.
I wonder where they've gone then.
Unless they're under all of that rubble.
It could be inside the skip, couldn't it?
But I think we'd see them poking out.
There was quite a lot.
Where have they gone?
They're not really down here, this is the floor.
Ah!
Spotted? Aha!
Welcome to our skirting boards. This is a bit of a shithole, isn't it?
All right, that was an episode of Miles gives us a tour around the house.
Yep.
I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to hear anything else about anything we're doing, then please do let us know. I don't know if there's anything else that we want to talk about. If anyone knows where we can sell old floorboards, please let me know in the comments, because I would love them to go to a good home. There's not really much else in the house that we can actually save, but we're going to try and reuse the skirting where we can, but I actually think we might end up having to give it up, at least downstairs. Yeah. But upstairs we might be able to reuse some of this that's sat behind us.
Maybe.
But hope you have a good rest of your week, and otherwise...
Make sure that you like, subscribe, ding the bell. See you next week.